Good morning, everybody, and welcome to FEChoices Week, Day 3. Today we're going to be talking all about Vocational and Technical Qualifications, or VTQs. We've got a ton of things to cover this morning, some absolutely fantastic content. For those of us who are joining us for the first time, this is the third live webinar, or if you're watching it back on YouTube, the third recorded webinar in our series of week-long careers events for FEChoices Week. At the start of the week, we kicked off by talking about A-levels and T-levels. Yesterday, we talked all about apprenticeships, traineeships and supported internships. And today, we're going to be talking about vocational and technical qualifications, including things like BTECS, short courses and study programmes. My name's Caroline. I am hosting today's event on behalf of Stockport Jobs Match, Stockport Council, Bridge GM and Gander Careers. All of the information that you need about further education choices you can find on the Stockport Jobs Match website. There's no www. It's just straight into stockport-jobsmatch.co.uk/career-options, and on there you will find information about all of the fantastic providers who have joined us throughout the week, careers advice, articles and information, and a list of jobs and things like apprenticeships and traineeships as well. So as part of FEChoices Week then, we've delivered a series of content that starts with our classroom videos. So if you want to have a bit of an introduction into that particular pathway, and by pathway I mean that route, that option for further education like an A-level or a supported internship, if you want to have a bit of an introduction to that pathway because you're not entirely sure what it's all about, then start with those classroom videos. They're about 20 to 30 minutes long. Today's video, as I say, is all about VTQ, so it explains exactly about the level of a vocational and technical qualification, what the different subjects are that you can study in, what they equate to, comparing them to A-levels, apprenticeships and other things that you might study once you finish your GCSEs, where they can lead to in terms of career prospects, who they're for, who should study them and the different learning environments, the durations for those course types, etc. And the differences between them and some of the other qualifications. We also cover study programmes and what they are, which we're going to talk about shortly, and short courses and lots of different options as well for things to do after you turn 16. So these resources are absolutely fantastic if you are currently choosing your GCSE options with a view to thinking about what you're going to do when you leave secondary. If you are in year 10 and you're currently thinking about where to apply to and what to apply for, and what the process behind that is, or you're in year 11, you made your decision, maybe you've got a conditional offer, but maybe you're worried about whether you'll get the results that you need or what to do if you don't like that choice. Maybe it was a quick decision that you made and you want to make sure that it was the right one for you and just revisit that. They're great for parents, they're great for teachers, they're great for careers advisors. So start with those classroom videos as a resource. We've also got some great student resources that really help you start thinking about which pathway might be right for you if you are undecided. So a skills builder to learn all about your strengths and how they might transfer to different career paths. A career roadmap to help you think about the different milestones in terms of qualifications, work experience and skills that you'll need to develop to work towards that end career goal. A pathway evaluation to compare one route against another, and a planner to make a note of all of your careers research activities so that you can show that to your teacher or your work coach or your family. And we've got some participation certificates for anybody who takes part in a week long of activities, whether that's now, at some point during the future, maybe during the school holidays, etc. We also have the opportunity for more of an interactive element for those who are joining us live throughout the course of the week. We have our Zoom Q&A sessions, ideal for students, parents and teachers, or you can submit those at any point now during FE week, the 10th to the 14th of May, but at any point in the future, you can drop us an email email to info@stockport-jobsmatch.co.uk. So coming up today, we've got some fantastic presentations, starting off with Juniper training, giving us an introduction to study programmes, GP Strategies talking about work placements, GC Education and Skills giving us a fantastic case study about study programmes, the Manchester College about why you should choose VTQs compared to other forms of post-16 study. Stockport Trafford talking to us about the different types of VTQs that are available. Reaseheath telling us about the sectors and courses on offer. Street League talking about their fantastic short course programme, and the Princess Trust likewise, and where that can take you in terms of career prospects. We've got Total Training talking about qualifications and the different levels of qualifications. Tameside College talking about how you can study VTQs at college and some of the transitions from secondary education. And finally, Zavarian talking to us about BTEC. So without further ado, because we've got such an action-packed lineup, I'm going to switch you over to Kat at Juniper, who's going to be talking to us all about study programmes. So over to you, Kat.
Hello. Hi, my name's Kat. I work for Juniper Training. If you can go on to the first slide for me, please, Caroline. That'd be great. Okay, right, so what I'm going to cover today is we're going to talk a little bit about Juniper and what our study programme is, the entry requirements that you need, and at the end I'm going to give you a little case study about somebody that has actually been to Juniper called Tom. Okay, so next slide please, Caroline. So we are an independent training provider. We specifically cater for 16 to 24-year-olds. And we help them into employment, apprenticeships or further education. We're operated since 1983, so we've been going for quite a long time, 35 years. So we do know our stuff, and we support over 2,500 students per year across all our sites throughout the UK. We are Ofsted Good provider, and we're an approved apprenticeship training provider as well of all ages. We are a post-16 choice, and our aim is to provide personal pathways to learning tailored to individual needs and aspirations. So we do actually, when we get you in, we find out what you want. We've got progression coordinators at Juniper that do help you through the process as well. We don't just leave you to it. Okay, next slide please, Caroline. Okay, so what is a study programme? It provides progression to a higher level than what you have accomplished before. So you always come out with something obviously higher than what you've got already. It includes qualifications that are clearly linked to suitable progression, opportunities in training, employment or higher levels of education. It requires students to work towards GCSEs in Maths and English, and it allows for meaningful work experience related to the vocational area of the study programme. So if you wanted to be something in customer service and you're doing a customer service MVQ with us, then we will put you in a retail or customer service role. It includes other activities unrelated to qualifications that develop the skills and attitudes and confidence that support progression, including work experience, as I've just been saying. We've got a lot of work experience companies, employers on our books that we could put you in touch with and obviously start your work experience with them. Okay, next slide please, Caroline. Okay, so our study programme, it's a 6-month course. Now you're probably thinking, how can it be 6 months? Because we have no holidays unless it's Christmas, it just rolls on. So if you start in January, you'll be finishing in July. So we offer the Maths and English side of things. So if you've got a 3, then we can offer you the GCSE. And if you have lower than a 3, then you'll be doing functional skills, but you'll be improving upon your grade that you got at school. We do health and social care. We offer an MVQ in health and social care, customer service and childcare. In the Northwest, we have 2 centres. One's in Stockport, and we do health and social care, customer service and childcare there. But in Ashton, we don't do the customer service. So we've got an Ashton centre as well. We do include the compulsory work experience, but this stands out on your CV, your compulsory work experience, to the next person who's obviously trying for maybe to get an apprenticeship or something at a further level. Okay, and we offer ongoing support to find an apprenticeship or a traineeship or a paid employment. As I was saying before, we do have progression coordinators who are ladies in our office who follow you right through the programme and review you and see what you're up to. We don't just leave you to it. Okay, next slide please, Caroline. Okay, so the entry requirements. You've got to be working at E3 or higher, Maths and English. Now, when you come to us, you do tests, Maths and English tests, to see whether you are at the level of E3 to actually start the course. You've got to be educated to fewer than 5 GCSEs, grades 9 to 4, and you can't be in full-time work or studying anywhere else. You've got to solely be under Juniper's umbrella. We're committed to attending a work placement as part of your course, as I've been talking about, and you're eligible to work in the UK. So if you fit all those criteria, then yes, absolutely, you can come to Juniper and study. Next slide, please. Okay, so here's the case study. Here's our Tom. He finished school, but he has no idea what he wants to do. Now, the amount of students that I've had interviewed here that have absolutely no idea what they want to do. It's normal. It's absolutely completely normal. He's passed his maths, but not his English GCSE, and he's got no work experience. So Tom's applied for loads of apprenticeships and jobs, but has not had any luck, and he doesn't know why. So a family member who knows something about Juniper training suggests our study programme. So he comes along and he enrolls with us. He goes through his interview process with us and he enrolls with us, and he starts doing the customer service vocational course. And during his lessons, they talk about going into a trade, and Tom becomes interested in mechanics. Okay, next slide please, Caroline. Okay, so after a few weeks of lessons with our lovely customer service tutor Heather here at Juniper Stockport, Tom starts a work placement at a local tyre centre, which we do. This is a true story, and this is what we do have on board, and he absolutely loves it. So after completing his course and work placement at Juniper, Tom tries for an apprenticeship again to see how he gets on. Now, due to his work experience and the reference to the employer at the tyre place and his newfound confidence, he gets an interview for an apprenticeship in a mechanics and starts 3 weeks later. That's a success story. That's a punch in the air for us, and this is what we're all about. This is what we're trying to do. Okay, so last slide, please, Caroline. Okay, now we have got a virtual open day, but it's actually being changed at the moment. But if you do want to find out when that change date, please just email me, that's me there, cat.web@junipertraining.co.uk, or Rebecca, my colleague, rebecca.smith at junipertraining.co.uk, and we'll give you all the information that you need to do with the virtual open day. But please come along and just see what we're all about here at Juniper, and we'll try and make your dreams come true. Thanks, Caroline.
That's lovely. Thanks so much, Kat. I think those real life stories really do bring things to life, don't they? So thanks very much for joining us this morning and sharing a little bit about Thomas's story. And if anyone else wants to know anything about Juniper training, you can go onto JobsMatch and find their details in our training directory. And as Kat said, we will put some details about their upcoming open day on there as well. So next up this morning, we're going to be joined by Dean over at GP Strategies, who's going to be talking to us a little bit about work placements. Over to you, Dean. Thank you.
Hi there, good morning everyone. As you can see, my name's Dean Shannon. I'm the Training Programme Manager here at GP Strategies. We're here to support your career, and we're here to work alongside you every day, getting you to where you want to be with your careers. As school is now coming to near the end for some young people, it's about planning ahead and trying to analyse where you want to go next. Could you have the next slide, please, Caroline? So a little bit about what GP Strategies can offer you as far as that progression and where you're going to go. A bit about experience and how you could gain this. Some information on work placements and future steps, and support and guidance and how to contact us, and that's what I'm going to talk to you about today. So a little bit about GP Strategies. We are a global operation now. We work worldwide. There's over 5,000–6,000 people work for us worldwide. But looking at the UK, there's many centres across the UK now. Stockport being the head office for the whole UK, but I look after centres in places like Blackpool, Bodmin, Devon, Greenwich in London, Halifax, Midlands, and even Stirling in Scotland. So there's a lot goes on within the UK for GP Strategies. Also, we have around about 7,000 learners currently on board on training currently. And looking at what we have in the Stockport area, there's roughly, I spoke to the team this morning, there's roughly around about 45 live vacancies. So you could get them on our website, which will explain a bit further down the line. So could you move to the next slide, please, Caroline? So for you and your experience, so what experience do you need to get your first job or to get your next job? So that's pretty critical. What experience do you think that you will need? Also, how do you go about getting this experience? Because experience is pretty critical. That's going to help support a lot of different things, and that's what employers look for. Who's going to help you get this experience? So people like ourselves and other training providers here today, and FE College and different things and work placements and all these little things will help you get that experience. What will you need for qualification certification? That's what we're here for also. We're here to help you support that and get these qualifications. We're also here to give you support on your CV. Well, you need a recruitment team to support you. We've got a full recruitment team here that will support you in that. All the things above that line there are for supporting you for your career. And how do I manage myself to achieve this? You'll not achieve all this yourself, but that's why people like ourselves, other providers, other people within the industry are all here to support you moving forward. Let's say there at the exact time you seek support and guidance from people like ourselves, that's the exact time when you should be contacting people like ourselves. We're here to help. If you got to remember, we were in the same situation as yourself. I've been an apprentice myself a long time ago, and I needed that guidance. I needed that experience. I needed that CV, and I needed support from a team of people to get me to where I am now. So it's been done for me, and this is the reason why I'm here and other people are here to help you move forward. So next slide, please. So work placements. What's the benefits to a work placement? Yeah, if you're going to go and do a work placement within a working environment, what is the benefits to it? So it'll help you develop an awareness of a workplace and the people around you. It'll explore different career areas because you'd have different work placements, which is going to give you different ideas. It'll identify and develop your transferable skills. So you'll learn new skills and you'll identify them and you could transfer them over. You become more self-aware, so you'll learn different skills. So you'll learn how to be more self-awareness and make yourself better. You'll apply theory to practice. So things you'll learn at school and the knowledge that you're taking from school, you could put them to practice in a work placement. It'll also enhance your CV. Now, the more things you have on your CV that shows that you've got that experience, it will help with moving forward and getting you in front of potential employers for interviews, etc., etc. So improve your self-confidence and your sense of responsibility, because the more engagements you get, the more knowledge you get through your career and you build that knowledge up, your self-confidence will build up. You'll learn brand new skills, and also it'll boost your employment chances, because the more skills you've got, the more things employers look at. It's got transferable skills. So next slide, please. So this is a case study. This is Shannon Davis. She's from the Glasgow Academy. She's one of our highly talented consultants on site. She was recognised by a line manager for the excellent work she's been doing and was congratulated in April as Consultant of the Month. Yeah. Before she went to university, Shannon was a professional figure skater. Now, Shannon used to get out of bed at 5 o'clock in the morning and go figure skating before she used to go to school. And when her figure skating career was over, she decided to go back to school in 2019, and she graduated from the University of Aberdeen. She's got a degree in English and history, and now currently she's placed in an energy company in Aberdeen as a business analyst. Her time on site has been truly amazing. She's been involved with many interesting projects. It's almost every part of the business. She's always been given the opportunity to upskill and develop. A piece of advice for those pursuing a career, because you're at that stage now in tech, is not to be put off by not having technical experience. But if you're willing and you're passionate and you want to help people, they'll help and support you. I've got a definitive goal for this young lady, because this young lady is actually my niece. So Shannon, I know Shannon from, she used to skate from when she was very, very little. She's been around the world skating, and it got to the end of her career as she got older, and she decided to take a different career pathway, and she's thriving. And on the back of this case study, actually, she's just waiting on a full-time contract with this company in Aberdeen. So I'm very, very proud of her. So I feel that it's a perfect case study for me to present that to you today. So can you move next slide, please? So future steps. How will work placement support your future steps? I'll give future employers a larger overview of your skill set, so you'll learn more things. Learning new skills to support different career pathways, just like Shannon. Yeah. Help with breaks in employment on your CV. Companies look at CVs and show that you're continuing workflow. Shows willingness, you're learning to adapt. So the more things you learn, you can adapt and move around within a business. It'll keep me moving forward with ever-changing working environment, because work environments are now changed. I'm back in office for the first week this week, and it's a totally different office to what it was pre-pandemic. You've got willingness and drive to be successful in gaining employment. It supports applications for job roles and can lead to future full-time employment. So lots of things a work placement can do for you. We can help you here at GP Strategies because we run a traineeship programme. Our traineeship programmes last between 6 to 10 weeks. It gives you work experience, also gives you workplace business. So it gives you an opportunity to work within a business. Whilst on the programme, you'll learn new skills. You get maths and English qualifications if it's required. You might not need them, but if you need them, we can support you with that. The sector areas we offer in for these traineeships at the moment is childcare, adult care and business and management. So these are three key areas around the Stockport area. Like I said, there's 45 current vacancies in them areas as it stands now. This programme also guarantees an interview with the employer at the end of the traineeship. So it might not be suitable for you, it might not be suitable for the employer, but if it is, you're guaranteed an interview with the vision then to move further into the apprenticeship and full-time employment. So the future steps for you are very bright by coming on traineeships or even study programmes and what everybody else has got to offer. So next slide, please. So how do you apply? You could apply in many ways. You can apply direct to our website. There it is there, www.gpstl/apprenticeships.co.uk. You could email us on apprenticeshipsuk@gpstrategies.com or give us a call. I manage the recruitment team. The number's 0330 1000 610. We offer lots of support here. We offer jobs with qualifications, like I said earlier, Master English, industry recognised qualifications and learner support. We've got a free recruitment service, we've got vacancies, and we've got subject matter experts to give you free advice and guidance. People like myself who are here to help you. And next slide, please, Caroline. If you don't know where we are, we're in Stockport, that building there in the photograph. We're just up from the town centre. If you go up past Debenhams and Kingsgate House, which is on the right as you come up past Debenhams, that's the building there. I'm on floor number 4, sorry. And if you need to contact us, numbers are there. Everything I've given you there today is here to support you. It's a pathway into careers. And myself, Caroline, and everybody on this call today are all here to help you move forward. So thank you for your time, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you.
Great, thanks very much, Dean. That was really insightful. I think that work experience is a question that we get asked very, very frequently. How do I find a work experience placement and what are the benefits of that? As Dean mentioned, traineeships are a really good way to do that. We touched on that in a lot more detail yesterday, so feel free to revisit that video all about traineeships as well. But some really good examples there of progressing your CV, exploring different jobs and giving everything a boost by gaining some work experience to run alongside those qualifications. So that's fantastic. Thank you. Next up, we've got Lynette at the Growth Company, who's going to be talking to us about GC education and skills and a little bit more about study programmes. So I will pass you over to Lynette now. Thank you.
Thanks, Caroline. Good morning. My name's Lynette. I work for the Growth Company. I'm going to give you a quick overview on the Growth Company and what we offer, and then I'll hand over to my colleague Lisa, who will give you more information about our offer at the Stockport Training Centre and study programmes. And then to finish, we've got a short video. The video is available on our website. Can you flip slide? Oh, I can't speak. Flip slide, please, Caroline. Thank you. Okay, so the Growth Company have been delivering education and training for over 30 years. We were formerly Skills Solutions. We offer a wide range of pre-apprenticeship study programmes, apprenticeships, degree level courses and also education. We have 10 training centres, 9 across Greater Manchester, and then we have a training centre in St Helens. Our apprenticeship programmes, we're currently working with over 440 employers to deliver apprenticeships to over 1,400 learners. We've supported these learners through the pandemic. We offer apprenticeships in a wide range of subjects. We offer construction, engineering, accounting, business, care, education. So we have an apprenticeship for everyone. I'm now going to hand over to my colleague Lisa, who will give you an overview on our Stockport Training Centre, and she will also tell you more about study programmes. Our contact details are at the end of the presentation. If you've got any questions, want to speak to us, just give us a call, drop us an email, or you can always pop into the centre to have a look round and speak to the staff here. So I'm going to pass you over to Lisa now. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. If we could go to the next slide, thank you. Okay, wonderful. Oh, sorry, the next slide as well. Thank you. So I'm Lisa and I'm the engagement mentor here at the Growth Company. So I help young people who might not be in education, employment or training. So I can help them onto a study programme, and I also do careers guidance as well. So here at the Growth Company, we offer a very personalised study programme. So we set a professional expectation and then personal skills in addition to main qualifications. So what we do is we look at where you are and where you want to be, and then we put in place a plan of how you're going to get there. So it's very much tailored to each student's prior achievements and then obviously future career goals. So no prior qualifications are needed for most of our programmes on the study programme. It's flexible, as you can read through. We've got some details on what courses we offer. It's built around individual student needs. So the study programme, it provides you with hands-on experience that employers are looking for, and then preparing people for work and apprenticeships or further study. So we offer guaranteed places all year round, and our goal is basically to help you achieve yours. We have lots of courses available. You will be supported every step of the way, and we understand that taking your first steps after school can be challenging, and that is why we have unique programmes and support teams in our centres based in local communities, as we mentioned on the previous slide. So when you join us, you will be covering, as it's on the slide, so a nationally recognised qualification, English and maths skills and qualifications. So you might not have achieved what you wanted in GCSE, so you can come and retake that with ourselves, or you can do an equivalent qualification, which is called a functional skill in maths and English. You'll cover, you undertake a work placement, employability skills, so things like help with your CV, interview techniques, building up your confidence, a lot of personal development, and we also cover enrichment. So we like to offer 4 weeks of this, so it could be outdoor or indoor activities, so educational trips, it could be community participation, and again personal development. So all these things enhance your personal development, which is really good for your CV, as we've already discussed. So it boosts your self-confidence. You can gain leadership skills from this. So we're here to teach you the important life skills. So we have a range of guidance and support available, including smaller class sizes. So we look closely at you to help you progress at the right speed. One-to-one from your mentor and key worker. We've also got a breakfast club for all learners as well. We've got experienced staff who understand and support additional learner needs that you may have. I just want to emphasise that we do have an open door policy where all students can talk to us about anything that they're going through, whatever might be troubling them. We're here to give you the best experience and supporting both your educational and any areas of personal development that you might need. So what we'll do is we'll go on to the next slide and we'll just run through some benefits of a study programme. So as you can see, we do support your progression onto an apprenticeship. Study programmes can be known as pre-apprenticeship programmes. So there's lots of benefits. We're here to support your progression into an apprenticeship if that might be your option. We work closely with what you might want to do towards your future, so educating you, training you, finding you a job that you love. You'll learn new skills, you'll build your confidence, you'll kickstart your career. We provide some of the best opportunities. We've got loads of great links with employers, as Lynette mentioned, throughout Greater Manchester and further afield. So Growth Company and Skills, we're one of the largest providers of apprenticeship training in the country. So we don't put square pegs in round holes. We're all about finding you the right employment and the right educational course. So we'll put you on a career path that hopefully you'll love, with opportunities to progress. Our sole goal is to help you realise your true potential. So if you can read on the slide, we've got guaranteed places, smaller class size, all of that. So what we're going to do now is go on to the, I was just going to mention that some of our learning experience, like the hashtags that we've got in summary, just feedback from some of the young people, is that it's inspiring, fun, it's exciting, they felt valued, successful was one of the hashtags they put down, engaging and empowering. So it's just nice to get some feedback from our learners. So we want all our students to realise their true potential, that you know, you're amazing and that you're unique, and we believe that your career should be too. So what we'll do is we'll play a short video. It's filmed from one of our training centres and it covers all the things that we've talked about, and the video is available on our website, which we'll show at the end, as well as our contact details. And yeah, we wish you all the best for the future, and we do look forward to meeting many of you hopefully in the near future. So should we go to the next slide and we'll play the video?
Hi Lisa, the audio isn't working on the video. Would you still like us to play it, and you perhaps talk us what you can see in terms of facilities and what the people are doing?
It's on the website, so should I just signpost them to the website and then go to the final slide?
Yeah, I'll pop the details in shortly.
Yeah, perfect. So we'll just go to the final slide. And that is literally our website. So if you go to www.gceducationandskills.ac.uk, and our telephone number, if you do want to give us a ring just for an informal chat, I'm here to talk anytime, 0161 476 7400. And then you've also got our key worker Sarah here at Stockport, or myself, if that's okay. Yeah. Thank you.
That's great. Thank you to both of you this morning. Thanks, Lisa. Thanks, Lynette. That was a really good overview of study programmes, which are a fantastic option if you're not really ready to progress into an apprenticeship. So you can find out more about the courses on offer from GC Education and Skills on the Stockport Jobs Match website by jumping onto our courses or our training direction section. So thank you very much to both of you. Next up this morning we have the Manchester College, who are going to be talking to us about perhaps why you should consider choosing vocational and technical qualification, VTQs. So I think that we're going to be moving to Ellie first to start us off. So welcome, Ellie.
Thank you, Caroline. Good morning, everyone. So I'm just going to jump straight into it. So yes, my name's Ellie, and I've also got my colleague Megan on the call with me today, and we're here from the Manchester College. So I'm just going to give you a quick overview of what we have on offer at the college, and a little bit about who we are and a little bit about us. So for the second year running, we're really proud to say that we have been named the #1 college in Greater Manchester for achievement. That means more and more of our students are achieving through going through the levels of study and achieving their grades through us. And this will be through a variety of technical and vocational career routes. And a lot of our technical and vocational career routes, whether it's a T-level or a BTEC, will replicate that real life working environment to get you prepared for that workplace, and also make sure you're gaining those relevant employability skills to get you ready for that workplace. We've helped over 12,000 students last year achieve their qualifications, but don't worry, I know that sounds like a really big, scary figure, but they're not all at one campus. They are spread across 6 campuses, and each campus has its own feel, its own number of students, and its own particular courses that it has on offer. We have a great range of support facilities that I say get you ready for that world of work. So a lot of the courses, as I say, will replicate that real life work environment. So we have hair salons, we've got restaurants, we've got amazing workshops for our automotive students and our construction students as well to get into those trades. And then through those technical and vocational career routes, we do offer 10 brand new industry excellence academies and 22 brand new centres of excellence. The IEA courses are co-developed with our employers, but we also have those centres of excellence where you'll still get some form of work experience. And then if you listened to the calls yesterday, we did have apprenticeships through Total People, and we also have degree level courses through UCAS Manchester. So I'm just going to pass you back over to Megan now, who'll go through the next slide. Thanks, Caroline.
Brill, thanks for that, Ellie. Morning, everyone. I'm just going to take, if you just go back a slide, please, Caroline. Perfect. So, as Ellie mentioned, we offer a range of technical and vocational study programmes here at the college. So, we are a very hands-on college. So, if you are the type of student who likes to learn by doing, instead of, sitting exams, then the Manchester College might be a good option for you to consider for your next steps. So we did have a quick talk on T-levels on Monday morning, so if you want to go and have a check out of that, but just in a nutshell, T-levels are a brand new qualification and they are designed to bridge those skills gap in industries. Ellie will tell us about the T-levels that we've got on offer in the next slide, but I'll just give you a quick overview. They do have a 45-day industry placement, which is really, really niche and unique, really making sure that you've got the technical skills and knowledge to be successful within certain industries. We also have a range of vocational study programmes, and these range from entry level all the way up to that level 3 extended diploma, which is equivalent to 3 separate A levels, and that's similar to that T level as well, as that's a level 3 programme. We will talk about the vocational study programmes we've got on offer in a couple of slides, but they range from, animal care, travel and tourism, we've got sport and public services, lots and lots of things on offer here at the college. Our Industry Excellence Academies and Centres of Excellence are what our study programmes fall under. So our Industry Excellence Academies are co-sponsored and co-delivered by employers, which means our students benefit from a range of Q&As, they've got live briefs that are set by employers, and they also go out on kind of trips and visits as well. And then our Centres of Excellence, they're all level 1, 2 and 3 study programmes. All of our courses offer some form of work experience. It will differ from course to course and obviously from, different levels of how long that work experience will be. For example, a T level, you will get that minimum 45 days work placement, and then some of our vocational study programmes, you might go out on 15 days throughout the year. But really making sure that, you don't just leave with a qualification, because so will thousands of other people around the country. And it's about what else can you bring, to your CV and university application forms, etc. So, having that qualification, having that work experience and gaining those technical and hands-on skills. And then we also have a number of enrichment programmes here at the college, from, you know, Duke of Edinburgh, we've got sports teams, we put on guest speakers in our lecture theatre. So lots and lots of things going on in the college to make sure, you know, you have a really well-rounded experience. As Ellie mentioned, we also have apprenticeships via Total People. You can find out about them on the Stockport Jobs Match YouTube channel. And then we also have degree level study programmes through UCAS Manchester for those students who, you know, want to carry on their studies and get a degree in that college environment. Could you just pop on to the next slide for me, please, Caroline? I'll pass you back over to Ellie.
Perfect. So we did talk about T-levels in our Monday session, but again, if you missed that or you just want a bit of a recap, we are offering them from 2021 this September, and as Megan mentioned, they have been introduced to fill that skills gap. As a lot of these courses we are offering, there is a massive skills gap and they need people to fit the needs of the industry. So we are offering T-levels in digital, construction, education and childcare, and health and science, and it does really combine that A-level element and the BTEC element. So you get that classroom theory where you'll learn about the course, sitting in the classroom and learn about that theory element. Then you've got that practical learning and that industry placement of 45 days, and you really can't complete that T-level without that industry placement. It is absolutely pivotal to your T-level. You're not just making tea and coffee and doing the butty runs, you are actually making valuable contributions to that workplace by doing projects that the employers have put on. So it really is a valuable experience that you will get on these T-levels. For more information, you know, head over to the Jobs Match Stockport website, and we have got more information on there as well. The standard entry requirements for a T-level are 5 GCSEs at grades 4 or above, including your maths and your English. So I can't stress that you try and get your best grades possible in your maths and English whilst you're at high school. But also, these are just the minimum entry requirements. Some T-levels do have higher entry requirements because the demand of a T-level is a lot higher than your traditional BTEC. So make sure, again, like I say, work as hard as possible, because some courses like construction, for example, you'll need your 6s in your maths, English and science to get onto that full construction T-level. Well, thanks, Caroline. Could you pass it back over to Megan on the next slide?
Thank you. So as you can see on screen here, this is the range of different department areas that we have on offer at the college. In each department area, we have lots and lots of different courses, like I mentioned before, from entry level all the way up to level 3. And the entry requirements differ for each course. So please do check the website if you are interested in any of our courses. For example, though, you know, the more hands-on courses such as automotive, for example, students may have never, you know, been under a car body before, never experienced what it's like to work with cars. So even if you get, you know, GCSEs at grade 9 across the board, you would still have to start at level 1 or 2 just to gain that kind of base knowledge, and then you can quickly move your way up the levels as well. As Ellie mentioned, you know, it's super important that you try your hardest in school to get those GCSE grades, especially in your English and maths. But please do not worry if that doesn't happen. We know it's been a crazy past year for everybody. So if you do happen, you know, to get lower grades than you expected, there's always a place for our students here at the Manchester College, whether that means that you go on to a T-level transition programme, that you don't meet the T-level entry requirements, or even our vocational study programmes. You know, it just might mean that you're at college for that little bit longer, but you'll get the support then to resit those exams and make your way through the levels of study to make sure that you leave, you know, with the best qualification you possibly can. And then, you know, you can decide then to go on to university or go on to a higher apprenticeship and get a degree, or you can just go out into the world of work. You know, there's lots and lots of opportunities available. Please don't let anybody tell you that, you know, by doing a vocational programme, you can't go on and study at university, because that's absolutely not the case. Next slide, please, Caroline.
Thanks, Megan. So these are just our locations. We are spread across Greater Manchester. As I mentioned earlier on, we do have 6 campuses, and we do have a brand new city centre campus coming as well. So do, you know, check out information about that on the website. We have a brand new boxed office theatre coming to the city centre. We've got amazing new music equipment as well, and some great construction workshops and a mock hospital ward go into the redevelopment of our Openshaw campus. So number 4 on your screens there, and each campus does have a different feel, as I mentioned, and they do offer their own courses. So when you can and when you get the opportunity to, when we're allowed, come down and check out the campus when possible. But we also have a range of YouTube videos on YouTube, so it's just TMC Promotions, where you'll see a lot of talks about the college, the courses offered at which campus, etc. So that's just really quick whistle stop, because I do understand we are running out of time, so I'll pass you back over to Megan for the next slide.
Brilliant, thanks Caroline. So as I mentioned, you know, our students want to have an enriched experience, so we send our students out on trips and visits. For example, you know, our public services students, they go out on an army residential every year, really kind of making sure that they're aware of the industry that they're going into. I'm just going to skip to the next slide, please, Caroline, just because I'm conscious we are at the end of our time slot. So if we do have any Year 11s that have joined us this morning, you do have still the opportunity to apply. If anything, you know, has sparked an interest that we've spoke about today, please do head to our website, tmc.ac.uk. Find the study programme that you are interested in, and then you can click through to apply now. If you've got any questions, please do contact us at the Schools Liaison team. If you just pop onto the next slide for me, please, Caroline. All of our contact details are there on screen, so you can find us on social media and also email at slt@tmc.ac.uk. And we're happy to take any questions that you've got from this session. But also join us this evening. Ellie and our colleague Charlotte will be on the Zoom Q&A as well. Thank you.
Great, thanks very much, Ellie and Megan. A really good whistle-stop tour there about the Manchester College, and you guys have been joining us throughout the course of the week to talk about a range of different pathways, so be sure to look at those different videos and check them out. So thanks very much to you both. Next up, we have Andy joining us from Stockport Trafford College Group to talk a little bit more about the technical and vocational courses that are available there. So I'll just switch you over to Andrew now. Thank you.
Hello everyone, good morning. Thanks for taking the time to join me. My name's Andy Molden, I'm the Assistant Principal at Stockport College. For the next few moments, what I'd like to do is just take you through a few slides that'll look at the different courses that you might want to choose when coming to Stockport College when you finish at Year 11. What I'll also do as well is take you through some of the next steps as well to help you make your choices and how you complete an application. So at Stockport College, we've got lots of courses, just over 45 courses to help you then progress onto the next level of your career. And essentially, we've got 4 different levels. We've got entry level, level 1, level 2 and level 3. And the position that you'll start generally reflects how you get on your GCSEs, though sometimes people's starting position will also depend on what the actual course is and what skills and attributes that they bring to it. Perhaps like some of my colleagues who've been speaking earlier today, it's also important to realise as well that when you're looking at doing technical and vocational courses, unlike at school, they're a lot more closely aligned to the world of work and to university. And so most people that when they've then completed the technical or vocational courses, they'll go on to one of 3 destinations, either directly into an apprenticeship where their learning journey will continue, straight over to university, which is a large proportion of our students, or they'll enter the labour market and go straight in for a job straight away. It's fair to say that most of our learners would either go straight into an apprenticeship or off to university from it. What I'd like to do now is take you through the 11 main areas that we have in our college, and that hopefully then will give you an indication of some of the subjects then that you might like to choose. As part of the college, we're going through a big refurbishment at the moment, where we've got a £25 million refurbishment of the whole college. The first stage of that is due for Christmas of this year, and so we should, certainly for you guys starting, you'll see very big differences towards the actual college and some of the exciting new buildings that are there. Could I have a look at the next slide, please, Caroline? Thank you. So I'd like to take you through 11 department areas, and in those 11 areas we'll talk pretty much about the sector, that area, and what that's got, and then also what we'll look at are the subjects and the different levels that are available. So the first one is science, which is my old background from when I was teaching. So for applied science at Stockport, you've got college entry at level 2 and level 3. So if that's something that interests you, most of our students then go on to an apprenticeship or university after that. If that's something that interests you, you can make an application for that. We come on to our second sector, which looks at art and design, and there are lots of different programs in that, and I've selected a few of them to give you a little bit of focus where we've got perhaps more traditional art and design with aspects such as graphics and photography, and you can do that at all levels. But if you're looking at something more on the creative media, reflected of things like video games, animation, sound and digital content creation, which is very popular now, again, we've got different levels. For some of you, depending as well upon what you're doing in your spare time as well, dance might be a big part of your life, and again we offer that at level 3. Move on to the third sector and we look at hair and beauty, whether we're looking at general skills as an entry point or whether you want to specialise into nail services, women's hairdressing, hair and media makeup and beauty therapy. We offer those at different levels as well for your starting point. If business is more of your thing and you're thinking of moving into the world of business, and again, we offer programs at level 2 and level 3. And again, on completion of that, most of the learners will probably go to university or they'd go on to for an advanced apprenticeship with it. Caroline, could I have the next slide, please? We also, for those learners that want to stay on with their GCSE, we offer the GCSE full-time study programme, and then those learners who do particularly well in their GCSEs, they can progress directly into their A levels, either with Trafford College at the Altrincham campus or with Cheadle and Marple, which is just round the corner from Stockport College, because we're all of one group. If, of course, that you're looking more along the lines of maybe childcare or health and social care, we've got a variety of programmes where we look at purely at childcare mixed with childcare education, as well as health and social care. And interestingly, as some of my colleagues spoke of earlier, we've got the new childcare education T-level programme that's come out as well. So that might be something that interests you, where there's a predominant part of the course for 2 years where you're actually based in industry and you're based in a childcare or educational setting. Move over to motor vehicle, and if that's a thing that you see as your aspiration for your future career, we offer that at level 1 and 2. And most of our learners on completion of that would then move either into an apprenticeship or directly into the workplace. Engineering, we offer that for both mechanical engineering and electronic engineering at level 2 and 3, with most of our learners then going off to work with large organisations on apprenticeships, which are absolutely brilliant apprenticeships, or alternatively going off to university. Computing then is either more of traditional ICT at level 2, with our level 3 learners moving on to cloud computing. So that'll be a lot of the things that you'll be familiar with these days, with things like Microsoft or a lot of the Apple infrastructure that happens in the cloud. Now our final slide on this section, Caroline, if I could have the next slide, brilliant, looks at construction, which is a big area. And when we start looking at construction, we've either got the construction skills, which is very sort of generic and a very much an overview of having to go at lots of different types of construction skills, or you might want to zone in straight away at looking at electrical, bricklaying, carpentry and joinery, painting and decorating, plastering, plumbing, and even the building services engineering T-level, which again would take you straight through to university on completion or onto an advanced apprenticeship or the world of work. And as you can see, there are lots of different levels, and sometimes students would start on level 1 and build their core skills until they move to level 2, and then so forth onto level 3. And on completion, they would normally then go off to an apprenticeship or university or directly into the world of work. So as you can see, there are lots of different courses, and what you can start to see is then a change of where you've got the opportunity to really specialise and pick something that you want to do with your career. Now, if any of those courses are of interest to you, Caroline, on the next slide, we've got an online open day. At this moment in time, it's not clear whether or not we'd be allowed to invite people onto the campus. And so based on the idea it's unlikely, we're planning then for our next online open day to be taken place online on the internet. So it's really straightforward. On Saturday, the 19th of June, just log on to stockport.ac.uk and you'll be taken through to an online open event. And it's a great opportunity because you're able to speak via text and chat about any questions or thoughts, and there'll be videos of each department opening. And either on that day or before it, if you wish, you can fill out an application form and then you can be taken through that whole process to get you ready for either this September, if that's something that you're ready for, or alternatively for the year after, depending on what your plans are. So that's a nice whistle-stop tour of all of the programmes that are at Stockport College. And if you need any more help or guidance, if you go to that website, www.stockport.ac.uk, you'll be able to get all of the details, and you'll also, there's a contact form where you can fill in any questions that you'd like, and someone will come straight back to you. All the very best with the rest of the academic year. It's been a very topsy-turvy year for all of us. So I wish you all the best and look forward to seeing you in August and September time.
Great, thanks very much, Andrew. A really good overview there of all of the different disciplines that are available to study VTQs. And I think that it's really important to go on and have a look at the facilities that are available, some of the fantastic environments to test out those skills and put them to use. All of the colleges that are presenting today have virtual tours or videos or prospectus information on their website and on the Stockport Jobs Match website that give you a really good insight into what it's like to study vocational and technical qualifications there. So thank you very much, Andrew. Really, really interesting presentation. Next, we're going to be hearing from Angela at Reaseheath College, talking to us a little bit more about sectors and courses as well. So I'll pass you over to Angela now. Thank you.
Hi, good morning everybody. Hope you're enjoying your time on the Jobs Match website. It's been a really good morning and I know you've had lots of information about the vocational qualifications, but I'm just going to run through with you some benefits, what vocational qualifications are all about, and then a little bit about Reaseheath if I can. So could I have the next slide please? So what are vocational courses? You've probably heard a lot about this from some of the other presenters this morning, but vocational courses are courses that relate to a specific job or career. So they're a really good way to develop your skills and knowledge that are required for that job or career. We do design them with trade organisations and employers, so you'll be getting all the skills that the employers are looking for. And they're really good if they're just a different way of learning from A levels. So if you like learning in a practical setting it's a mixture of theory as well as practical learning, they're an excellent tool for yourselves. And then throughout the course, there's not just an end exam, you're assessed continually throughout the course with assignments, practical work, as well as some small exams as well in some of the courses. And you get lots of industry work experience. So when you go out into the world of work after your course, you have got that experience, and that's what the employers are looking for. So I'll just go on to now what the benefits of a vocational course are as well. So there's lots of different levels as well, as you saw on Stockport College's slides there. We all offer courses from entry level right through to level 3. So they're all there to suit your ability and what level you're currently studying at now. And you can, on a vocational course, you're always studying alongside students who are interested in that subject. So it's a little bit different than school in that where you have to do lots of different subjects. When you're at college and you're doing a vocational qualification, you're just studying that one subject all the time, and it's something that you're interested in, and you normally find that you really fly when you're at college because you are doing something that you really enjoy and you're with people, like-minded people. If you don't unfortunately reach your GCSE grade 4s in maths and English whilst you're at school, vocational qualifications and studying at a college give you the opportunity to retake them alongside your vocational qualification, and then you can achieve your very best potential in the world of work then. And the other really good thing about vocational qualifications is you're being taught by industry experts. So they've worked in the industry, they'll have potentially worked for a long time in the industry, they've got lots of knowledge to pass on to you, and contacts as well, to set you up for work experience and things like that. And then also with vocational qualifications, you've got access to industry standard facilities and equipment, so that when you do go out into the world of work, you've been trained on the very latest technologies and facilities that all the colleges have to offer. Could I have the next slide, please? So I'll just sort of run through some misconceptions about vocational qualifications, because it is all quite confusing when you leave school. So a lot of people think, oh, vocational qualifications are just easy. They're not as hard as A-level courses. It's just an easy option, and that's really not true. At level 3, they are equivalent to A-levels, so they're just as hard as A-level courses. Now, level 1 and 2 obviously will be a little bit easier than A-levels because they're to GCSE and below equivalent, but at level 3 it's certainly as difficult as an A-level course. It's just a different way of learning whilst you're on that course. And then sometimes people think you can't go on to university if you do vocational qualifications, and again, that's completely wrong. So the level 3 courses are equivalent to A-levels, and it do attract the same amount of UCAS points as an A-level course. So I'd encourage you to go and have a look at UCAS websites and look at what universities are asking for entry requirements, and then you can see which course is the best course for you. And then degree apprenticeships obviously is another option when you finish your level 3 course, and people think you have to have A-levels to go onto a degree apprenticeship, and that's certainly not the case. Lots of employers will consider vocational qualifications. And similarly, they say employers don't understand vocational qualifications, and again, employers are really used to talking to vocational colleges, and they're used to taking on people with vocational qualifications. So could I have the next slide, please? So as you've seen from some of the colleges there's lots and lots of different industries that you can get involved with and different courses. So anything from agriculture right through to music. So there's something for everybody really. So if you know you want to go into a particular industry, have a look at all the different colleges and see who provides the course that's going to be best for you. You know, like Caroline's just mentioned, there's lots of different facilities that you can go and visit sometimes. Hopefully over the summer that'll be a benefit to you. And then there's lots of online information that you can go and look at as well. So I'll just tell you a little bit about Reaseheath College. So we're one of the UK's leading land-based colleges, and we're based just outside Nantwich in Cheshire. So over recent years, we've invested just over £80 million in different leading edge facilities and technologies right across our campus. Can I have the next slide, please? So these are just some of the courses that we offer. So we offer a lot of different courses than you've probably seen with the colleges that are available locally in Stockport. So we do offer lots of sort of outdoor type courses, so with lots of different industries. So you can see there from adventure sports, things like game and wildlife management, environmental conservation, veterinary nursing. So lots of different industries, and I would encourage you to think outside the box when you're looking at some of these industries as well. So don't think, oh, agriculture, that's just driving a tractor. You could be looking at the breeding side, you could be looking at nutrition, you could also be looking at working for a supermarket. You know, they buy their stuff, all their food locally, hopefully. They're buying it in the UK, and they do want people with an agricultural qualification to go on farms and be able to buy meat and buy vegetables and things like that as well. So some of the facilities that we have at Reaseheath that are different to some of the other colleges, we've got a small animal zoo. So within that zoo, we've got 150 different species of animal. So if you look into work within the animal industry, you'll get lots of hands-on experience working with different kinds of animals. We've got a working farm, so we've got dairy cows, beef herd and sheep as well. And then we've got 2 different ways of milking. We've got a traditional parlour as well as some new robots. So we're teaching you the latest developments within the industry. an industry standard food factory because we make our own butter and our own cheese on site, and then a new agricultural technology facility. So if you're interested in working with the very latest equipment in agricultural engineering as well as motor vehicle, there's a great facility there for you. And then sports, we've just had a new sports facility built, and that contains a fitness suite as well as the traditional sports courses, an altitude chamber, a 3G rugby pitch, and then a great equestrian centre which we hold regular competitions with. And then we've also, within our horticulture and sustainability centre, we're doing trials with vertical farming. So that's in a bid to cut down our food miles. So we're looking at trialling growing crops and different herbs and spices and lettuce leaves and things like that we import in this country to try and cut down on food miles and be more sustainable. So lots of facilities there with us at Reaseheath. So you're probably thinking Reaseheath is going to be quite a way to get to from Stockport. So you've got a number of things. You could either live on site. So we've got accommodation for just over 1,000 students. So there's safeguarding wardens available 24/7 there. And then we've also got 23 high quality coaches and a coach that comes from Stockport every day into the college. So I would encourage you to go and have a look online. We do have a discovery hub, so you can look at all, you can have presentations, it's on demand, so you just go online to reaseheath.ac.uk, click on open events, register, and there's on demand presentations and videos from all the course tutors, and you can have a look at what we've got to offer here at Reaseheath. But if you've got any other questions, just drop me a line. Myself and my colleague Susie will be pleased to answer any questions. But good luck with the rest of the year and hope everything goes all right with you. Thank you for the opportunity to speak to you.
Thanks very much, Angela. Really good introduction to Reaseheath there and some of the courses on offer and the fantastic facilities too, and a really strong message that I think is running through all of our presentations this morning, that there is something for everybody. And if you have an area that you are interested in, studying VTQs at college really gives you that opportunity to pursue something that you love, that you're really, really going to enjoy. So I hope this morning we've made you feel very, very excited about what those next steps could be. So up next this morning, we're going to be hearing from Michael at Street League, talking to us about something slightly different, and I won't give you any spoilers. Michael, if you could just pop your camera on for me so I could switch you over to present.
Yeah, there we go.
Great, thanks very much. It's just loading up now. I've got your slides in the background, so I'll switch over to you now. Thanks very much.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you, Caroline. Yeah, thank you for having us again today. Second time we've done this, so good opportunity for us to come in and tell you a little bit about Street League and what we offer as an organisation. As Caroline said, my name's Mikey, and I'm the engagement and aftercare coordinator at Street League. So, as an organisation, we support 16 to 30-year-olds back into employment, education, and training, and we're spread across 14 regions across the UK. So, up into Scotland, all the way down into London and in between, i.e. Manchester, Birmingham and so on. However, I'm here today to talk to you about the Street League study programme. Now, before we move on to the next slide, why choose a study programme is something to sort of factor in. Maybe at school you're doing your GCSEs, you didn't get a 4 to 9, so you've decided that you need to get your grades back up. You come onto a study programme, and the eligibility would be if you didn't get a 4, you can join the study programme and get your functional skills up to a level 2, which are equivalent of your level 4 at GCSE. It could have been that when you was at school, you was working in quite large groups, you were struggling to maybe get the information to digest. So when you were Street League, you're working in smaller groups on our study programmes and gaining more one-to-one guidance. If we move on to the next slide, Caroline, if that's okay. And yeah, Caroline, if you just want to just hit the space bar and let just they all come through, because I've put them on a, yeah, there you go, keep them coming through. So just to give you a little bit of a bit more information on what the programme looks like, it's potentially an 8 to 20 week programme dependent on how much you take on with regards to the study programme. So if you take on the functional skills, maths and English, you'll be with us for a 20-week period. Now it's 4 days a week, Monday to Thursday, from 10 a.m. in the morning to 2 p.m. in the afternoon. And the way it's broken down is in the morning you do your workshops. You'll do things around your employability skills, you'll do your personal development, and then you'll do your functional skills, maths and English in the afternoons as well. Also in the afternoons we cover sport and fitness. So we cover a variety of different sports, anything from football, basketball, handball, volleyball, dodgeball, and a variety of other ones. And with regards to fitness, we can cover anything from HIIT training, circuit training, boxercise, a variety of different opportunities that you can take part in. Now, you do get vocational qualifications, so you get a level 1 in progressions. The employability support is so important with regards to support with your CVs, applications, mock interviews, interview techniques, all the kind of things that are going to progress you moving forward into the working world. We also look at personal development workshops. So what's personal development? What we look at is working on, interpersonal skills, group and teamwork skills. What are your barriers moving forward? Can we overcome them barriers? And we also look at health and well-being as an overview. So just to give you an idea with this, it's a great opportunity when you come onto these study programs to meet new people, to gain your functional skills and build your confidence. So we heavily focus on soft skills, so building your confidence, getting you into a good routine, keeping you motivated, and definitely looking at progression routes upon completion of the program. So the client's journey or the customer's journey is so important to us that when you come into us, have we got a progression route for you? Where you're going to move on to next? And that for us is multi-agency work with people that you've heard today and looking at where are the progression routes for you as an individual. Caroline, feel free to go on to the next slide. It might be the same format as this one. You might have to press the space bar a few times if that's okay. Fantastic. So yeah, like I say, if you're 16 to 18 years of age, lived in the UK for the past 3 years and got a grade 4 or below at GCSEs, you'd be eligible to come onto a Street League study programme and get some additional support. Just to give you an idea on the next slide, Caroline, if that's okay. Thank you. Other than coming onto the programme, getting your functional skills, gaining your functional skills, level 1 and 2, looking at opportunities to progress into employment, we look at what are the incentives as well. So sometimes we can get things like tickets for football matches, meeting sports personalities. You get the free night training kit, which for some people is a massive selling point. And also you get the support with your travel expenses. So if you're travelling in, our venue is South Manchester and we deliver at the Millennium Powerhouse in Mosside. So we can cover with travel expenses to get you into the programme, and we can also get additional kit as well if that's something that's needed. Before I move on to sort of the final slide, how to apply, you can get in contact with obviously Caroline, you can go through the webpage or go through your careers advisors at school to find out a bit more about what we offer. All the details are on the webpage. It's very informative, and we've also got links on there to our YouTube page. You can go in and have a look at some of the material and get a feel for what the programme's about. Before you was to sign up to a Street League programme, you'd always be invited to come down to a taster session. So it's always a try before you buy. Come down, get a feel for what we're about, and if it's something that you think would be of benefit to yourself, then we can get you signed up and progress you onto the programme to support you moving forward. And yeah, just to sort of finalise really, just an overview of everything. It's just, testament to everyone who's turned up to these events and, looking at progressing and moving forward with their sort of career. I think sometimes when you're thinking about your career and what you're going to do moving forward, I think it can become quite daunting. And I feel I've always thought it's important to take it in sort of bite-sized chunks. Manageable chunks as well, putting sort of action plans in place. So putting an action plan in place on your short-term goals to get you to your long-term, and just getting the right support network around you. So understanding that you have got these opportunities, you've got professionals within these fields who can support you and make this process a little less daunting, and to be honest with you, a little less tedious. So it is a scaffolding process, and that's why we're very important at saying, where do we fit into this jigsaw? Where do we fit in? Can we give you the support at this stage, and then where do we progress you on to? We've got a 2-year aftercare service, so once you finish the programme with Street League, it's very important to us that we don't just pass you back onto where you came from. We support you and make sure you progress as close as physically possible or in the exact position that you want to be in, with the support of Street League and our aftercare service. And if I have said anything today that you think, that sounds good, it sounds like something I'd like to maybe come down and see a little bit more, like I said, get in touch, webpage, careers advisors, and we can take you for a bit of a virtual tour, or come down face to face and see the venue and meet some of the staff and the participants.
Brilliant. Thanks very much, Michael. Again, I think it's fair to say that there is a huge amount of support available for young people. So if you are undecided and you're expecting maybe to get grades at GCSE at a level 4 or below, and you're interested in a study programme, there's some fantastic opportunities available in the vocational field to pursue and really to find your potential, to find your hidden talent, and to succeed in lots of different ways. And the support's there to help you then get on to the next stage. So be sure to look up Street League's details. They are all on the Stockport Jobs Match website, which will signpost you to Street League and some of their fantastic case studies. So be sure to check them out. So thanks very much, Michael. Next up, we're going to be hearing from Prince's Trust, who are going to be talking to us about different career paths. So I will just switch you over to Daniel now.
Thanks, Caroline. Great.
Thanks, Daniel. There you go.
Cool. It's great to be here. Thanks for tuning in. So my name is Daniel, like I said, from the Prince's Trust, and today we're going to talk around kind of tips around some career paths, future projects and work experience. And then I'm going to chat to you about how Prince's Trust can support with some of these opportunities we have coming up. So next slide, please. First tip is choose the right career for you. It can be quite overwhelming sometimes to kind of know what career to kind of go down, what opportunities to take, what's kind of going on. You might have loads of different options and not really sure. So what you could do is you can look into volunteering or carrying out some work experience with different organisations and different roles. And that way you can really explore and test if it's the right career for you. Really helpful thing to do. Yeah, so number 2, gain new skills in short courses. Again, a great way to kind of sample something that you might have an interest in or might be a hobby, and you think actually maybe I could turn it into a career. It's a great way to kind of enhance and develop those transferable skills, which are great for your CV. And you'd be surprised how much you can gain in such a short period of time. So you get to carry on what you're doing, but you also get to kind of learn a new skill, have some fun, and that could really benefit you as well. Next slide, please. Number 3, be ready for an interview. So we just talked around kind of volunteering, work experience, short courses. These are really good opportunities that you can use when you're having an interview to be ready. So you can talk about these, give some examples, discuss with potential employers how you found them, what you learned, those transferable skills. And especially if they've not been compulsory and you've chosen to do them off your own back, that can really make you stand out from the crowd. And that can really kind of give you a foot up potentially to smash in those interviews and kind of getting ahead of others that maybe haven't done those things. So number 4, tap into hidden opportunities. Networking is a really important thing. Maybe you've heard the saying, it's all about who you know. It's great kind of skill to have and experience different places where you meet different people along the way. So maybe you've had a temporary manager, maybe peers or interviewers before. They are good contacts, and it's always worth staying in contact with them because they might have some new opportunities that come up. You might be able to kind of speak about future opportunities coming up. It's just great to kind of keep them warm. You've also got your friends, your family, your colleagues, your teachers, your previous employers. They might know someone who knows someone. So when you are looking for that career and you've decided what you want to do, it's always worth networking because they might know someone that could really kind of get your foot in the door and kind of move forward in that. Equally, it's really good to kind of tap into social media sites as well, like Twitter and LinkedIn. A lot of opportunities go onto LinkedIn first, so it might not be done on the standard route. So it's a great kind of way to kind of enhance what's out there and push for some maybe work experience or short courses or some different kind of skills. Okay, next slide. So benefits of vocation qualifications. You've heard of some of these already, but you kind of get to earn while you learn, receive recognised qualifications, no student loans or tutor fees, and get to increase your earning potential. So you probably heard about these already, but you've got apprenticeships where you get paid to learn, and you do about 20% in like a college or university. You've got MVQs, which kind of give you that specialized job experience that you might need to do certain jobs. And as you've heard of today already, you've got T-levels as well that are really good to kind of give you that mixture of on-job experience and qualifications. Next slide. Thanks, Caroline. Yeah, Apprentices Trust starts something. So we're one of the biggest charities in the UK, and we do a lot of work with 16 to 30-year-olds, and we really want to kind of support you guys. So I'm going to mention a few programs that kind of link into what we talked about today. Next slide, please. Amazing. So we've got the Get Into course. So to be eligible for this, it's for 18 to 30-year-olds living in the Greater Manchester area and unemployed or out of full-time education, and the course is run from about 1 week to 12 weeks. Next slide, Caroline. Sorry, keeping you on your toes. And what is Get Into program? So this is a course that's designed for young people that are ready to work but would benefit from kind of some hands-on experience which would lead into employment. So what we do is we partner with employers across Greater Manchester. We find ones that are ready to hire fresh talent and that understand that the young people we work with might need some support and that really are keen to kind of develop. And they give you work experiences that you kind of get on the job training. So you get to kind of work in the store. We've done things around like retail, mechanics, national rail, NHS, health and social care, digital marketing, tech roles, kickstart, engineering. And what we do is we give you that chance to kind of show the managers what you can do. Sometimes it's really hard to get past the interview stage or the application stage. This way you can kind of show them what you're all about. You're guaranteed an interview for a potential job at the end for most of our programs as well. And also one of the best things is you get kind of 3 months progression support after the program. You also get support before, during and after, where you get to meet one-to-one with a Apprentices Trust staff member. We advocate on your behalf. You get mentored, we make sure you're doing okay. And these are a great way to kind of get your foot in the door. A little quote from someone that did the course. I was struggling to get a job at the NHS due to lack of qualifications, but Get Into helped me gain some of the job experience, which led to me being employed at the NHS after the Apprentices Trust program. So they had no experience before the NHS and managed to kind of do the program and get a job. Great, so that's Get Into. Next slide, please. Cool, Get Started course, again, similar criteria, 16 to 25 this time though, and again, not in full-time or employment or education. Next slide, please. Like we mentioned, these are great courses to kind of get involved in. They're quite short. So like we said, great for your CV. We've had real good success with Get Started. So we've done things around, maybe got a hobby in Get Started with, we've done ones with music, we've done ones with radio, coding, digital marketing, content creation, digital skills, theatre, football, rugby, comedy, and many more. And it's a great way to kind of try something new in a really safe and relaxed environment. And we bring in professionals that will work with you and they will share their expertise, share some kind of behind the scenes secrets, and you get to kind of get a bit of a flavour of what that might be like to be in that sector or that career. There's progression support after as well. If you loved the course and say you did digital marketing and you wanted to go on and maybe look into a career, we try and support with that as well. And that might be with the person that delivers it. So Apprentices Trust don't deliver these. We get in professionals that are actually in the sector, and they kind of train and give you some basic training during the week to kind of give you an intro to what that's about. Really good fun, and again, great for your CV to kind of learn a bit more, meet new people, and then progress onto that career if you like it. A quote from a young person was, "I wanted to be a filmmaker for a while." Oh, sorry. You just tested me out. Yeah, I wanted to be a filmmaker for a while, but I really lacked the confidence to do it. This has been the first attempt, and the course has helped me to feel more confident in making videos. So again, these are young people that have done the course, and it really does work. Cool, next slide. Get Hired is, again, sorry, there's a bit of a typo on this. It's more like 18 to 30-year-olds, and again, Greater Manchester area and unemployed, or in part-time employment or part-time education. And duration is a one-day event. And what is Get Hired? So these are fast-paced virtual events designed to connect you with employers who are interviewing for entry-level job vacancies. It's online at the moment, but obviously after COVID, it's getting relaxed and we'll go back to being face-to-face. It's a bit like kind of speed dating for jobs. So again, we go out and find all these companies and businesses that have jobs, and we bring them all to this one-day event where in the morning you get loads of training around how to smash an interview, how to sell yourself, how to come across best to future employers. So you basically get trained, and then you actually do the interview with employers after that as well. So it's a really good kind of supportive way to go for the jobs. We work with people like Apple and Barclays and Dell's and lots of different people there. You get some really good training, and then you get to sit with them. It's a bit more informal than you would. And again, if you're struggling to get past the application stage or the interview stage, then it's a great way to kind of meet them in a friendly environment and get the chance to interview for the job for like a trial shift or straight into work. And we've had great opportunities come out of these, and young people really kind of move forward. Again, a quote from a young person: "Here when I got the job in my desired career, and the support of the Prince's Trust to keep me there was the best thing that ever happened to me." Another quote was, "Loved it, loved it, loved it, good energy and great interviews." So yeah, there are a few of the ones that kind of link in what we talked around today. We do have other programs as well. So we got Get Into, Get Hired. Future Leaders is a 2-day leadership course around that personal development, growing as yourself. We do an enterprise program. Next slide, please. And then we do an Explore, which is for those that maybe want to work on soft skills and building confidence, teamwork, communication skills. We do the Team program, which is a 12-week course with some challenges, community projects and work experience. And then we do Development Awards, which is money towards training and things like that. Yeah, we're going to show a video, but we're not going to do that now because it's not working with the sound. So massive thank you for listening. You can check us out on facebook.com/Prince's Trust Greater Manchester. And again, Caroline will share with you the links about the Prince's Trust. You can Google it. But yeah, it's been great being here, and hopefully some of those things will support you moving forward. Thank you for your time.
Thanks very much, Daniel. And Prince's Trust are going to be back joining us tomorrow and again on Friday. All of the courses that Daniel just mentioned, I've just put a tweet on Twitter to take you to the link to all of those. So be sure to check those out. Some fantastic opportunities there that really do lead on to employment or further education opportunities. So thanks so much for joining us this morning to tell us more about them. Next up, we've got Amy at Total Training to talk to us a little bit more about the qualifications and levels for VTQs, as well as a little bit more about Total Training as well. I've just lost Amy's camera. If you could pop that on for me. There we go. I've got you. Sorry. It just moved across. So I'll switch you over to Amy now, and she'll talk to you about Total Training. Thanks, Amy.
Thank you, Caroline. Good morning. I am a business development executive at Total Training, and we are excited to be joining in this morning. I'll tell you a bit about Total Training. We are a national provider of qualifications, and one of our key focus areas is supporting young people into work with apprenticeships. Our training helps to upskill future workforces, helping to meet the skills demands for employers, and this helps businesses to thrive. We are committed to delivering the skills, knowledge and expertise that impact positively on learners' social, moral and economic well-being. So our goal is to train, motivate and inspire young individuals by providing opportunities and support through our apprenticeship schemes. So what we are finding is that many employers and companies are actively seeking apprentices to join their workforce. Since the introduction of the apprenticeship by the government, more and more companies are recruiting actively. They're seeking apprentices to be able to utilise apprenticeships training for new staff to help reduce the skills gap. On average, over 250,000 apprentices are recruited each year in the UK, and that makes it a really valid opportunity to get straight into work if college isn't always the option that you wish to choose. If you're employed in an apprenticeship, you will be working in a real job while studying for a formal qualification. What you learn will depend on what your interests are. So we cover several sectors such as business and healthcare, and there are lots of opportunities on offer. You go to the next slide. Okay, so here's a slide about some real life recommendations from learners, but I understand this slide isn't going to be possible to show to you this morning. So I have just got a short written statement by a learner to let you see what experience they had. And they've said, by completing my apprenticeship and learning more about my job role, my learning and development with Total Training is helping me to get where I want to be by giving me the skills and knowledge I need to progress in my career. So what we do is we help many learners each year make a difference. We help them focus on their future goals, and they achieve this through vocational study on our apprenticeship training. Okay, we'll go to the next slide. The next slide. Okay, so what career paths are available when you do an apprenticeship? We offer training through different sectors. So we have childcare placements where you could join a nursery or a preschool and take up a teaching assistant role, and early years practitioner apprenticeships. Some of this also can lead onto working in healthcare if you're interested. So we work with a number of large healthcare organisations who continually employ apprenticeships and offer apprentices a career pathway into healthcare, where they may actually go on to nursing if they decide to. We offer everything with business administration up to management roles. So if you joined us as an entry-level apprentice, you would probably be doing your level 3 business administration. This apprenticeship offers many transferable skills which will help you progress with any organisation in the future. So apprenticeships combine work with learning. You'll get to start working in your chosen area, learning the necessary job skills while you work and study for your qualification at the same time. This opens the door to a promising career pathway which can meet your future goals and aspirations. And when we're talking about your future pathways, although apprentices are paid less in their first year, the training that is provided is supported by the employer, and you have to understand that employers are investing their time in giving you the skills required to succeed in your job role. Employers are looking for future employees who will progress within their company and who will be paid in line with permanent employees once qualified. Again, you know, we're talking about customer service apprenticeships. We work with a number of employers in retail and hospitality who are keen to employ apprentices for many different types of roles. So that includes customer service supervisors, social media associates, and also client relations associates. And we'll just go on to the next slide. Okay, so gaining the edge for employability. Employers value hiring apprentices because it helps them build a flexible and resistant workforce. Apprenticeship skills are valuable and they increase your future employability. They're also useful because they offer a wide range of transferable skills, and that makes you more valuable as an employee. They're also very flexible because you are working and training at the same time. The way Total Training work with you is to offer a remote delivery service with about 30% face-to-face visits with tutors. So just to recap about what you would receive with an apprenticeship, we are looking to support our learners holistically. So we do care for people's well-being. We offer remote and online delivery, and if individuals do need face-to-face sessions, we will make sure those are arranged as well. So we offer use of an online learning portfolio, and your tutor works with you remotely to set activities and work, and then works in combination with your employer to make sure that you're supported throughout your learner journey. We are very flexible in our delivery. We realise that being at work and training is difficult at times, and we work to manage that so that it is often consistent and supported along the way so that you are able to achieve your qualifications. To make sure that we complement the delivery, we offer things like webinars online to cover specialist areas. We support the development of functional skills. So if you've been at school and you haven't managed to achieve grade C or grade 4 or 5 in your English and maths, we can support you to look at your functional skills training and achieve those levels, which will then help your future employment and be valuable as a part of your CV. Okay, the next slide. So what we wanted to do this morning was talk about myth busting and apprenticeships. So it seems that in the past, apprenticeships have sometimes been viewed negatively, and that they might be for underachievers. Well, that's really not the case, because you are filling skills gaps that employers actually have. We talk to many employers every day who are really keen to get an apprentice on board and help them with their future business growth. Hundreds of top employers offer sought after graduate schemes and apprenticeships. So there are many career-driven students who actually decide that university might not be for them, or that college might not be for them, and they choose to do an apprenticeship instead. Apprenticeships are now becoming an industry norm, which is a great thing to be aware of, because there's no stigma attached to applying for an apprenticeship. And we've just come to the end of our presentation, so I'll let you know more about getting in contact with Total Training. You can via our website online at www.total-tp.com, and you can also call us at our head office on 08800 038 5666. We'd love to hear from you and give you plenty of advice about how to start a career via apprenticeships rather than attending college if that's not for you. Thank you.
Thanks, Amy. Really good overview there. I know it's so difficult to get all of your information into a 10-minute slot, but well done for doing so and for busting some of those myths about apprenticeships, because I think sometimes there is a bit of preconception, and you know, there's lots of different routes to reaching the same end career goal that don't necessarily lead to university but can give you a degree level qualification. So absolutely fantastic to cover some of the sectors available there. Next up this morning, we're going to come to Cherie, who's going to be talking to us a little bit about Tameside College and all about studying for VTQs, Vocational and Technical Qualifications at a college environment. So over to you, Cherie. Thank you.
Thank you, Caroline. Yes, so my name's Cherie. I'm the School Liaison Coordinator at Tameside College, which basically means that my job is to make all local students aware of what we have to offer, so you can decide if what we offer is right for you. Caroline, could you move me to the next slide, please? Thank you. So at Tameside College, we offer vocational courses and apprenticeships. And as I'm sure you've heard this morning, vocational courses are hands-on courses. They're very practical. They're delivered in a realistic workplace environment, and they're courses that are designed to give you all the skills that you need to succeed in a particular job. We also offer apprenticeships, which are also a type of vocational course, but delivered differently. So instead of being in a realistic workplace environment in college, apprenticeships are in a real workplace. You would be working for an employer and earning a wage at the same time. We are an Ofsted rated good college, and recently we've invested a lot of money into our estate to modernise. Next slide, please, Caroline. So here is our estate. So we're based in Ashton-under-Lyne, and at the top left there we've got our Advanced Technologies Centre, which is based at our Beaufort Road campus. This particular building was opened in 2016, so it's still relatively new, and it houses all of our STEM-based subjects, so that's your science, technology, engineering and maths. In here we have hydraulics, we have robotics, there's 3D printers and scanners, CNC millers, turners, lathes, and if you don't know what that means, basically it's all industry standard equipment in the engineering sector. Our next building at the bottom there is Tameside 1. It's based right in Ashton Town Centre, and it's a brand new building opened in 2019, and this houses a real life hair salon. It has a real life restaurant in there. It even has a plane cabin built into that building so that students are getting that, again, that hands-on, practical, realistic experience within the college. And our venture that's actually being built at the moment is our construction centre. It's based at Beaufort Road, and in there will be all of our construction courses. Could you go back to the previous slide, please, Caroline? Thank you. So our Tameside 1 campus, this is the brand new one, opened in 2019. We have our hospitality, catering and bakery courses. As I mentioned, there is a restaurant in there open to the public, so you're getting real life experience of serving real customers. Travel and tourism with the plane cabin. We have business and computing with all the latest computing suites, and we have a real hair and beauty salon with paying customers as well. Next slide, please. At our Beaufort Road campus, we have engineering, health and social care and early years courses, animal management, public services and sport, automotive, so that's your motor vehicle courses, and all different elements of construction, which, as I mentioned, will be moving to our brand new building, which is on the same campus, and it will be moving hopefully at the end of this year. Next slide, please. So the entry requirements for our courses will depend on the level of course that you want to start. Now, the better you do in your GCSEs and the more high grade GCSEs you get, if you think of this like a ladder, the higher up the ladder you're able to start. So if you get 4 GCSEs at grade 4 and above, plus maths or English, so that's a total of 5 GCSEs, you'd be able to start on your level 3 qualification, which is equivalent to 3 A levels. If you don't quite achieve that, we've got our level 2 courses, our level 1 courses, and even entry level courses, which have no formal entry requirements. So the great news is, however well you do at school, there's somewhere for you to start at Tameside College. But obviously, the lower down that ladder you start, the longer it's going to take you to work your way up. Next slide, please. So transport wise, we're really easy to get to. Via public transport, you can see at the top left of that little map, you've got Ashton-under-Lyne train station, and our Tameside 1 building is directly opposite that. It's also next door to the bus station and the tram stop, so very easy to get to. And if you were to walk along that blue line there, you'd reach Beaufort Road, and that's about a 5-minute walk out of the town centre. So there's really no reason that people would be unable to reach us and come to study at Tameside College. If you'd like to have a little look around for yourself, obviously at the moment we've not got any face-to-face events going on, but we do have a virtual open day. We launched it in November, but we decided to keep it live for people to be able to view whenever they want to at their convenience. So if you do go to our website at tameside.ac.uk, you'll see a banner at the top of the website, and you can click on that to go to our virtual open day. And on there's a virtual walk around of the campus, there's course videos from all the teachers, so you can get a real feel for what the college is like, and then hopefully we'll be able to reopen shortly to allow people to look around properly. Next slide, please. If you'd like to apply to Tameside College, applications are still open. You can apply on our website at tameside.ac.uk, and you'll receive an acknowledgement that lets you know that we've received your application. Now, our last telephone interview day was actually on Monday, the 10th of May, but please don't let that put you off. You can still apply, and what we would do is interview you at the time that you come in to enrol, and enrolment will be held in August. So once you've applied, you'd get a letter towards the end of July, towards the end of July, which would invite you in to enrol in August. Thank you. And I'm just going to end with a little bit of information about transitioning to college, because college is very different to school. And if you look at this little wheel here, it gives you an idea of how the college week is laid out. So the pink part there, your chosen course, as you can see, is only a very small part of your time at college.
You will also be expected to do self-study and revision and research. And we also like all of our students to do some element of work experience as well. And we have a team who can help you source that work experience. College isn't all work and no play. We do have lots of enrichment opportunities. We have sports clubs, we have a free gym on site, which all students are welcome to use. And you will also have regular tutorials. They're sometimes one-on-one and they're sometimes in a group, and they can teach you things like employability skills, they can prepare you for your next steps, and they can help you if you've got any personal problems that are affecting your time at college and perhaps your work. The final part of your time at college is Maths and English, and if you achieve above a grade 4 in your Maths and English GCSE, you won't have to do that element of your study programme. So try as hard as you can in those subjects, because they're probably mandatory across most colleges that you might be applying to. But if you don't achieve the grades, you will resit them at college, so it's not the end of the world. To prepare to college, my advice for you would be to attend as many open days as you can, in person as things start reopening, but also virtually. Speak to your parents and guardians and friends, family, get an idea of what they think the right routes for you would be. But of course, please bear in mind that it is your decision and your decision only what you'd like to do. Undertake some prior reading, so research the qualification that you want to achieve, find out some testimonials from other students who've undertaken that course. You could even look online and try and find out what units you'll be undertaking as part of that course and start thinking about the kind of work that you'll be doing for them. Know your timetable, so when you enrol at college you will be given a timetable with all of the days that you're expected to be in college. Attendance is incredibly important, so please make sure that you know when you're due to be in college and when you've got time, your study time. Have the correct kit. Again, that will be discussed with you at enrolment. Some courses, such as hairdressing, for example, require you to have certain kit that you need before you start college, and there are bursaries available if you need financial support with that. And finally, be open-minded. Always have a plan B. You may think that you only have one job in mind and that's all you ever want to do, but many people do start college and actually figure out that it's not right for them. So when you go into colleges to look around, don't just look at the one area that you think you're interested in. Have a look at all areas and be open-minded about the different courses available. If you liked what you've heard today and you'd like to find out more about Tameside College, you can visit us on our website, tameside.ac.uk, or you can follow us on our Twitter, Facebook or Instagram. They're all at Tameside College. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much, Cherie. Some really, really good advice in there about how to make decisions about college, what to look out for when you're going around in person, or the importance of taking those virtual tours to see what facilities are on offer. So thanks very much for giving us a really good overview there. I made a few notes whilst you were talking about just what a fantastic opportunity VTQs are to gain some hands-on experience of real life workplaces. Everything from a plain cabin to a hair and beauty salon. So it sounds a real fantastic opportunity to spark your interest. Lastly, this morning, we're going to move on to Stephen at Xaverian, who's going to be talking to us a little bit about alternative options and touching on BTECS, I think, as well. So I'll move you over to Stephen now.
Thanks very much, Caroline. Yeah, so my name's Stephen Hall and I'm Head of Admissions and Recruitment at Xaverian College in Manchester. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about BTECS and vocational courses and our perspective on them. If you want to move on to the next slide, I'll tell you a little bit about Xaverian. We are a sixth form college, an academic sixth form college, and the majority of what we offer is A-levels, but we do have a number of BTEC options. There's a few facts there you can see. We're an outstanding sixth form college. We've got about 2,500 students. Our students tend to be 16 to 18 or 19, and our students tend to be interested in studying with us and then looking to, in the most part, go on to further study at university as well. And one of the things we get asked a lot about is if I want to go to university or if I want to have a particular career, should I be concerned about the idea of doing a BTEC rather than an A-level? And what I'm going to talk to you about over the next couple of minutes is the idea that I've got a lot of time for BTECs. We think they're a fantastic opportunity. So if we move on to the next slide. For those of you that aren't familiar with the difference between the two, I'll go through very quickly. A-levels are similar to GCSEs in that you do 2 years of academic study, and the vast majority of your grades come from exams at the end of that 2-year period. BTECs, or CTECs, as some of them have now been slightly rebranded, tend to be more specific to one subject area. So the BTEC in science is more about the applied uses of science rather than the very intensive theory that you would do in Science A-level. But the way that they're assessed is different as well. You can build up marks through assessment and coursework over the 2 years, and it means that there is less pressure on the exams. There are some exams in there, as I'll touch upon, but it's a really, really good alternative option for those students that aren't as interested in the idea of doing 2 years of full academic study that leads to a real pressurised exam period. And it also means that if you have a specific subject area like the ones we offer, business, health and social care, sport or science, and you don't want to mix and match subjects, you can focus in one area. And I will say the FE colleges, the further education colleges, have a much broader range of BTECs than we do ourselves. But I would really encourage you, as Shu was saying there, to go out and look at those at different places. They also have some work experience, as you can see there. Fewer exams, as I've said, there are some exams, but it's more assignment based. And one of the things it says there on the screen is that it's more suitable for some students. And that's absolutely true. If you don't particularly enjoy exams, or if you want to focus in one subject area, it can be a much better qualification for you. And also, I suppose, there's also the issue of if you've worked really hard throughout your GCSEs and you've just met the entry requirements for a college like ourselves, 2 6s and 4 5s, or even a little bit below that, you might be sort of thinking, no, I really want to push for 3 A-levels, and that might be appropriate for you. But if you're just borderline or even a little bit below those entry requirements, a BTEC programme might give you a much better chance of success, because students can quite often achieve the higher grades in BTEC by working very hard over the 2 years to do their assignments, and also monitor what levels they're working at throughout the course, redo some work and push themselves to top grades in a way that they might not have the same options of those high grades at A level. But we'll move on to the next slide. I know Amy at Total Training was talking about some myths about different things, and that's something I'd like to touch upon as well. BTECs used to get a bit of a bad press many years ago. Some of your parents' generation might have thought that they are not as impressive as qualification for A-levels compared to A-levels. I don't agree with that. I think they're a brilliant option. One of the myths that people will occasionally bring up is the idea that universities don't accept them, and this isn't true at all. There are some stats there about the number of students going to university with BTECs across the country, and they will have grown since 2018, definitely, because they're more and more popular, and you can see how that compared to 10 years previously. They've more than doubled since 2008. Oxford and Cambridge universities have said they will consider applications from students that are taking BTECs as part of their programme of study. And my last slide is some students that we've had that have gone on to Russell Group unis, top universities, with those qualifications. Another myth is that they aren't seen as equivalent to A-level. They are seen as exactly equivalent in terms of the UCAS points they provide. So if you get 3 A stars at A-level, you get the same UCAS points as if you get 3 distinction stars in BTEC, 168. Now, there are some universities and some courses like medicine where they will specifically say we want A-levels because we need a collection of subjects together, etc. But a number of universities, a big number now, are also making UCAS tariff point offers, or explicitly saying if you don't have A-levels, this is what we want from your BTEC. And a lot more students get distinctions and distinction stars than get A's and A stars at A-level. So they're really useful, and we'll move on to the next slide if that's okay. Another myth is that they don't have any exams. They do now, they have built them in. So that's a good thing in terms of universities. They appreciate them even more, BTECs now, over the last couple of years, because they've become a little bit more rigorous over the past few years. The qualifications themselves have been slightly redesigned to make sure that they are a really rigorous, well-respected qualification. There isn't as much weighting on those exams as in the A-levels, but it is still an important part of the process. But a fair amount of it will be coursework as well. Savarian, as I say, the majority of what we offer is A-levels, but we have 7 advanced BTEC courses, and students can mix and match those with us as well. So they can do an A-level with a BTEC, or 2 A-levels and a single BTEC is not uncommon by any means. And you can mix and match BTECs together with one another, but just be cautious about that. We've had students do that successfully, but check with universities, because some will say they want one subject as an extended diploma or a triple, rather than a number of singles combined. But there is a lot of flexibility, and if you've got any questions, do get in touch and ask about them. These are the ones that we offer: applied science, business, health and social care, IT, music tech and sport. The music tech is only available as a single. Criminology is an applied diploma, which is available as a single block. All the others are available as a single, double or triple, equivalent to 1, 2 or 3 A-levels. And if you did the triple, that would be all you have to study, essentially. And we'll move on to the next slide. We've just built this, over lockdown basically, a brand new building, which is got specific facilities just for BTECs, and sort of shows you that we do not treat it as a second-class qualification or what have you. We've built a building explicitly for the use of BTEC. It's our most modern, most up-to-date building, and we absolutely love it. And we'll just move on. As I wrap up, I'll go on to the next slide. Actually, we have a number of students that go on to university, having done BTEC with us every year. And if you look at the list of universities there, Durham, Manchester, York, Leeds, Liverpool, these are some of the top universities in the country for things like pharmacy, biomedical science, accounting, and they're absolutely fantastic degree courses. Some of them, like pharmacy or engineering, you might end up doing a foundation year if you did BTEC science and want to go to university. But they're a really brilliant route for students. If you're not a massive fan of exams, if you're just borderline for a place on A-levels or a little bit below that, or if you've got one specific subject that you want to focus on. And that's the message from us at Savarian. Do talk to the other colleges, because there's a much broader range out across the city than what we offer. But if you've got any questions, email us, admissions@savarian.ac.uk, visit our website, which is there, savarian.ac.uk, follow us on Twitter and Instagram. But as I think Sheree was saying, get round to the colleges. We've got open days in October. Go to as many as you can, ask questions, find out about new courses, see what you like and see if it's right for you. And that's it from me. I have rattled through that quite quickly, but if you've got any queries, do get in touch with us. We'd be really happy to discuss those with you.
Great, thank you very much indeed, Stephen. I think that visual that you showed on the screen of how BTECs equate and compare to A-levels and translate into UCAS points was really useful, and a great way to sum up lots of the information that we've heard from today. So if you want to find out anything more about Savarian, whether it be A-levels or BTECs or CTECs, those are the contact details there, and you'll also find them within the Stockport Jobs Match training directory. So thanks for joining us, Stephen. We've heard from 11 fantastic different providers today, run us through such a broad range of opportunities for post-16 study, from study programmes to touching on apprenticeships, to BTECs, CTECs, short courses, alternative programmes with the Princess Trust, Street League, some of the fantastic things that you can do after GCSEs, regardless of the levels, the grades, the qualifications that you come out with. There is something for everybody, whether you want to pursue that academic route or whether you want something that's a little bit more hands-on, that's more practical, that's work-based learning, whether you want to go off to university, whether you want to pursue a degree level qualification through another means, or whether you want to access routes into employment after that. There are so many different opportunities available to you, and I think the key of the message today has been go and research them. And that's the final point that we want to make. It is so important to get talking about your choices after GCSEs, after secondary school. Go around and see different places, look them up online. And if you are undecided, because it must seem like there's almost too many choices, but choice is a good thing because it means that there are options available to you, whatever your circumstances. And it also means that if it doesn't quite work out, you can transition to your plan B, provided you've done your homework right at the outset. So in order to get started and get having those conversations at home, as mentioned right at the outset, please do check out the videos on our YouTube channel. You can find them by just using the hashtag FEChoices or FEChoices21 on social media. That will bring up all of the videos from today, from throughout the course of the week, that will be available online for the foreseeable. So you might be watching these videos back on YouTube in September or October at some point in the future to help guide your decisions. Much of this information will still be the same whether you're watching it in May or at some time, as I say, in the future. And all of that information will stay live on the Stockport Jobs Match website, signposting you to all of those different providers. If you are here in the present day, please do be sure to join our Zoom evening session this evening, the full details of which can be found on the events page within the training section of Stockport Jobs Match. You don't need anything to join, you just click on that link at 6:30 or whenever you get finished your tea. You don't need to have your camera or microphone on, you can switch that off and just listen in to some of those questions. You can send them to us at any point using social media, and the details for that are in the slide at the moment, or by emailing them to info@stockport-jobsmatch.co.uk, and be sure to check out all of the information on our website as well. Thank you so much to everybody who's joined us today. There's still more to come throughout the rest of the week. Tomorrow we're looking at non-traditional career routes and alternative provision, and Friday career aspirations and higher education pathways. Thank you very much. We hope you've enjoyed it, and be sure to check out more of our videos or come back later in the week to find out more. Thank you.